Welcome you all students, come back to our next video. In previous class you have learnt about the simple linear equation in chapter 3 algebra. In today's class you are going to learn about the direct and inverse proportion in chapter 4. Today we are going to see about direct proportion. Before entering into a topic, we just recall what is ratio. Ratio is the comparison of two quantities of the same kind. If the quantity A is compared with the quantity B, the ratio can be written in the form A ratio B, or otherwise it is known as A is to B. What is meant by proportion? When two ratios A is to B and C is to D are equal, then we say the ratios are in proportion, and this is denoted as A is to B equivalent to C is to D. In A is to B equivalent to C is to D, product of the means is equal to product of the extremes. It is also denoted as BC is equal to AD. Now we move on to a topic of direct proportion. In direct proportion, two quantities A and B are said to be in direct proportion if they increase or decrease together. Let us consider one problem. Here, a car travels at a distance of 90 km and the speed is 60 km per hour. And again, the car travels at 120 distance kilometer with 80 km speed. So from this two table, we can see that the distance increases. The distance increases, speed is also increases. Where again, when the car travels 120 km distance for 80 km speed, next the car travels for 60 km distance at 40 km speed. Here, at the distance is decreases, speed is also decreases. Where distance is decreases, the speed is also decreases. This shows that the two quantities A and B are said to be in direct proportion if they increase or decrease together. This is known as the direct proportion. From this we can say that the speed is in the direct proportion to distance, or speed is directly proportional to the distance. So direct proportion of D1 we consider 90 km and S1 60 km per hour. D2 is 120 km and S2 is 80 km per hour, and it is denoted in the direct proportion as D1 by S1 is equal to D2 by S2, where in this time must remain constant, which is 1.5 hour. Therefore D1 by D2 is equal to S1 by S2. Therefore X is directly proportional to Y. It is written in the format of x1 by y1 equal to x2 by y2 equal to k, where k is considered as the constant of proportionality. Hence, the direct proportion is written as x1 by y1 equal to x2 by y2, or x1 is y1 is equivalent to the x2 is y2. Now we enter into a problem on exercise 4.1. The first problem given here is a dozen bananas cost rupees 20. Then what is the price of 48 bananas? So here first we need to say what is dozen. What is a dozen? Dozen means it contains 12. So 12 bananas cost rupees 20. Then what is the cost of 48 bananas? For that, let the required price be taken as X. Second, we want to put the table column. Here what is the number of bananas given? 1 dozen is equal to 12. So what is the cost of 12 bananas? 20. Then they given the bananas of 48. We need to find the price of 48 bananas, but we didn't know, so we denoted as X. Now as per we seeing this, number of bananas or increases. Therefore, price also increases. From this we can say that number of bananas and cost are in direct proportions. As per direct proportion, x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. Here we take x as the number of bananas and y as in the cost in rupees. So x1 is equal to 12, x2 is equal to 48, y1 is equal to 20 and y2 we need to find. So it is denoted as x. Now we know the values. Now we substitute in this. x1 is equal to 12, y1 is equal to 20, x2 is equal to 48 and y2 we didn't know. So we denoted it as x. Now we need to do the cross multiplication. So 12 into x we get 12x is equal to 20 into 48. We need to find the unknown variable x. So keep in the right hand side. Now write as it is 20 into 48. Now 12 is in the multiplication of overhead side. When it goes to another side, it will become divide. Therefore, we get like this. Now we need to cancel this. 112 is 12 and 4 12s are 48. Now we need to multiply this two value. 20 into 4 is equal to 80. Therefore, we get the answer that x is equal to 80. From this, we can say that the price of 48 bananas is equal to rupees 80. Therefore, here 48 bananas rate is rupees 80. Did you understand, students? Now we move on to our next problem. The next problem given here is a group of 21 students paid rupees 840 as the entry fees for a magic show. Then how many students entered the magic show if the total amount paid was rupees 1680? So 21 students paid rupees 840. We need to find how many students entered the magic show if total amount paid was rupees 1680. So the required number of the students be taken as x. Now entry fees in rupees first they given rupees 840 and this is for 21 students. Then they given the amount was 1680. Now we need to find how many students entered the magic show. We didn't know, so it would be denoted as x. Now from this table we can notice that the entry fees or increases where the students is also increases. Therefore, the entry fees and students are in direct proportion. As per direct proportion, x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. Here we take x as the entry fees and y as the number of students. Therefore, x1 is equal to 840, x2 is equal to 1680, y1 is equal to 21 and y2 is equal to, we need to find. So it will be taken as x. Now we substitute the values. What is the x1? x1 is equal to 840 divided by y1 is equal to 21 which is equal to x2 is equal to 1680 and y2 is equal to x. Now we need to do the cross multiplication, where 840 into x is equal to 840x, which is equal to 21 into 1680. We need to find the unknown variable x, so we want to keep it in right hand side. Now write it as it is, 21 into 1680, where 840 is in the multiplication of RHS side. When it goes to another side, it will become divide. Therefore, it becomes 840 in division. Now we need to cancel this value, where 121 is 21 and 40 into 21, so 840. Now we cancel the 0, where 1 4 is 4, 4 4s are 16 and 2 4s are 8. Therefore, we get the answer that x is equal to 42. Therefore, the number of students enter the magic show is equal to 42. Therefore, we found the answer. The number of students enter into the magic show were 42. Now we move on to our next problem. Next problem given here is the shadow of a pole with height of 8 meter is 6 meter. If the shadow of another pole measured at the same time is 30 meter, find the height of the pole. So here they given the length of the shadow as 6 meter and the height is 8 meter. If the shadow of another measured pole at the same time is 30 meter, that means length is 30 meter, we need to find the height of the pole. So, let the required height of the pole be taken as x meter. From this, length of the shadow in meter is 6. For length 6, they given the height is 8 meter. And then, the given length of the shadow is 30 meter. We need to find the height of the pole for 30 meter. We didn't know the value, so let us take as x. Now, from this table we can notice the length of the shadow is increases. Therefore, height of the pole in meter is also increases. Therefore, we say the length of the shadow and the height of the pole are in direct proportion. As per direct proportion, we know that x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. Here, we take x as the length of the shadow and y as the height of the pole. So, x1 is equal to 6 and x2 is equal to 30. y1 is equal to 8 and y2 we didn't know, so we denote that as x. Now, we need to substitute the value. x1 is equal to 6 divided by y1 is equal to 8 and x2 is equal to 30. y2 is represented as x. Now, we need to do the cross multiplication. So, from this we can get that 6 into x, 6x is equal to 8 into 30. We need to find the unknown variable x. So, keep it the right hand side where x is equal to 8 into 30, where 6 in the multiplication of RHS side. When it goes to another side, it will become divide. Now, we need to cancel the value. That 1 6 is 6 and 5 6 are 30. Therefore, 8 5s are 40. So, we get the answer that x is equal to 40. From this, we can say that height of the pole x is equal to 40 meter. Here they denote all in meters, so here we need to put 40 meter. Hence we find the answer. What is the height of the pole? 40 meter. Now we move on to our next problem. The next problem given here is a postman can sort out 738 letters in 6 hours. Then how many letters can be sorted in 9 hours? So they given 738 letters in 6 hours. We need to find how many letters this postman can be sorted in 9 hours. So the required number of letters we taken as x. Now required time to sort in hours are given. For 6 hours, postman can distribute 738 letters. So for 9 hours, we need to find the letters. So let it denoted as X. From this table we can notice the required time short in hours are increases. Therefore, number of letters is also increases. So from this we can say that the time in hours and the number of letters are in direct proportion. As per direct proportion, x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. Here we can take x as the time in hours and y as the number of letters. So x1 is equal to 6 and x2 is equal to 9. Where y1 is equal to 738, y2 we didn't know. We need to find the y2 value x. So here, now we substitute the value in this. What is the x1? 6. And what is the y1? 738. What is the x2? 9. What is the y2? We didn't know. It is noted as x. Now we need to do the cross multiplication. Therefore, 6 into x, 6x is equal to 738 into 9. Now we need to find the unknown variable of x. So keep it in the right hand side. Now write it as it is. 738 into 9. Now 6 in the multiplication of RHS side. It goes to the another side. It will become divide. Now we cancel this value. 1 6 is 6. Here 1 6 is 6. Remaining 1. 6 2s are 12. Remaining 1. But 6 3s are 18. Therefore, 123 into 9 we need to multiply. 123 into 9. 9 3s are 27. 9 2s are 18. Plus 2, 20. 1 9 is 9. Plus 2, 11. So we get the answer that x is equal to 1107. Therefore, in 9 hours, 1107 letters can be sorted. Therefore, here we find that in 9 hours, the postman can sort out 1107 letters. Now we move on to our next problem. The next problem given here is, if a half a meter of cloth costs rupees 15, find the cost of 8 1/3 meters of the same cloth. So here half a meter, which means 1/2 meter cloth costs rupees 15. We need to find the cost of 8 multiple of 1/3 meters of the same cloth. So here let the cost of the cloth required be taken as x, where second we need to draw a table. Length of the cloth in meters. For half a meter, which means 1/2, it costs rupees 15. Then they given the cost. We need to find the cost of 8 1/3 meters of the same cloth. So 8 1/3. First it is in the improper fraction. We need to change into a proper fraction. So we get the answer as 8 3s are 24. 24 plus 1 25. 25 divided by 3. Then we need to find the cost for 25 divided by 3 length of the cloth. So it is denoted as X. From this table we can see that the length of the cloth in meters is increases, but the cost of the cloth is also increases. Therefore, the length of the cloth and cost of the cloth are in direct proportion. As per direct proportion, x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. Here, we taken x as the length and y as the cost of the cloth. Therefore, x1 is equal to 1 by 2, x2 is equal to 25 by 3. Here mixed fraction is converted into proper fraction, so we get 25 by 3. y1 is equal to 15 and y2 we need to find the value. So it is denoted as x. Now we substitute the value. What is the x1? 1 by 2 divided by what is the y1? 15 is equal to what is the x2? 25 by 3. And what is the y2? We didn't know. It is denoted as x value. Now we can make the cross multiplication. So 1 by 2 into x, 1 by 2x is equal to 25 by 3 into 15. Now here we need to find the x value. Before that, we just simplify the value. 1 by 2 into x is equal to, here we cancel, 1 3 is 3 and 5 3s are 15. Now 25 into 5 is equal to 125. Therefore, we get 1 by 2 into x is equal to 125. Now we need to find the unknown variable x. So keep it in the right hand side. Now x is equal to 125. 1 by 2 is in the divide. When it goes to the another side, it will become multiplication. Therefore, 125 multiple of 2. So x is equal to 125 multiple of 2. It gives 250. Therefore, x is equal to 250. Here, we find that the cost of 8 1 by 3 meter of cloth is equal to rupees 250. Therefore, we find that 8 1 by 3 length of the cloth cost rupees 250. Now we move on to our next problem. The next problem given here is the weight of 72 books is 9 kilogram. Then what is the weight of 40 such books? If they given the problem like this, we can using the direct method and putting the table column and we can able to find the weight of 40 such books. But here they mentioned to use the unitary method. So first we need to see what is unitary method. The unitary method is a technique for solving a problem by first finding the value of a single unit and then finding a necessary value by multiplying the single unit value. Therefore, finding the value of single unit is the first. Then we need to multiply the single unit value. This is known as the unitary method. So here, they given the weight of 72 book is 9 kilogram. We need to change into the gram. We should multiply it by 1000. Therefore, 9 into 1000 is equal to 9000 gram. Now here we need to find the weight of 40 books. So first we need to find what is the weight So one book is equal to 9,000 divided by 72. So for this, we need to cancel the value. 172 is 72 and 125 into 72 we get 9,000. Therefore, we get the value 125 gram. So weight of one book is equal to 125 gram. Now we can able to find the weight of 40 books. So what is the weight of 40 books? We need to multiply it by weight of one book into 40 book. So 125 into 40 we get the answer as 5,000 gram. It is in the gram value. To change in the kilogram we need to divide it by 1000. Therefore 5,000 divided by 1000. When we cancel both, we get the answer as 5 kilogram. Therefore, weight of 40 books is equal to 5 kilogram. Now you understand, students? Okay, students. I hope that you are clear or understand about the topic of direct proportion. Now here are some of your worksheet from exercise 4.1. The first problem is Taumari pays rupees 7,500 as rent for 3 months. With the same rate, how much does she have to pay for 1 year? This problem is solved by using the unitary method. So first, you need to write for rupees 7,500 she pays for 3 months. So the same rate, how much does she have to pay for 1 year? So when we calculate for 1 month, then we able to calculate for the 1 year, because 1 year is equal to 12 months. The next problem is Wally purchased 10 pens for rupees 180 and Kamala bought 8 pens for rupees 96. Can you say who bought a pen cheaper? This also by using the unitary method. So here Wally purchased 10 pens for rupees 180. So you need to find 1 pence for how many rupees? Then Kamala bought 8 pens for rupees 96. Here you need to find 1 pen that Kamala bought was how much rate. So when you calculate this, you can able to compare who bought the pen cheaper. Okay students, I see you in the next video students. Thank you students.